So this just happened. The Nintendo Direct from September 13th, 2018 has blown me out of the water. This is what I wanted from Nintendo back at E3. Instead of giving me 20-25 minutes of Super Smash Bros., this is what I wanted. And of all the games, honestly, Super Smash Bros., 25 minutes of a fighting game. What were you thinking, Nintendo? I'm excited for Super Smash Bros. I'm getting it on day one. Did I need more than 5 minutes to sell me on that game? I needed 1 or 2. It's a fighting game. It's essentially Super Smash Bros. Wii U and 3DS coming for the Switch with a few upgrades and different characters and levels. That's it. Why did they spend 25 minutes? Anyway, the pacing for this was excellent because they started it off with one game coming out for the Switch next year, and they ended it off with a tease that wasn't, it was like, it's only for that, and Super Smash Brothers. And then they turned it into the real thing, and I was like, that's not, even though it's not the game that I'm most excited for, I think that is going to sell like mad cakes. Good job, Nintendo. Good job. And the other thing, too, is that, like I said, the pacing, no game here got like 5-10 minutes. There was nothing like Super Smash Brothers at E3 at all. Like, there's only so few games that you can do that to, like a 25-minute thing. Breath of the Wild, Legend of Zelda, I could see you doing 25 minutes of that because there was such a big upgrade from the previous Zeldas to this, to Breath of the Wild, because it's not a fighting game, it's an adventure game, so there's a lot more variables there. But also, Breath of the Wild, everybody was looking forward to because we have to wait years for a new Zelda, and it's always different, and this one was drastically different. So that would make sense. Anyway, enough about that. What I liked about this, so many games, and at one point they showed like 10 of them in like a minute, and the games that they showed only needed those 5 seconds. It was perfect. Very good job, Nintendo. Let's get into this because I'm just freaking out. For the majority, I would say that I was very happy with this. But there are a few things where I was like, all right. But anyway, overall, I'm very, very happy. They started this off with Luigi's Mansion 3 coming to the Switch in 2019. That's awesome. Looking forward to that. It's crazy. 2019 already looks like an amazing year from what they just showed from this. And then not only did they kind of stack 2019, they stacked the rest of 2018 for stuff that we knew about, but added more stuff to it. It's insane. Okay, so Luigi's Mansion 3 is coming to the Switch. After that, they said, okay, now we're going to show you 3DS, and the rest of it's going to be Switch. Awesome! That's what I want. They showed Kirby's Epic Yarn 3DS. I didn't know that this was coming. Maybe they had announced this before, but Kirby's Epic Yarn, which was on the Wii, they are getting a few additional levels, I think, or something like that. They're getting additional things here for the 3DS version. That's cool. I have it on the Wii. I won't be picking it up, but of all the Kirby games, it looks the best. Mario and Luigi's Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser Jr. Story, which we knew was coming January 11th, 2019, has an official release date if they didn't have one before. I'm not sure. The only thing, though, is that they have another game coming out January 11th, and I was like, why aren't you breaking that up? Have one in January 11th, then one at the end of January or in February. Anyway, that was one of the minor things. And then they have Luigi's Mansion 1 being ported to the 3DS, and that's coming out October 12th. Perfect for Halloween. I think they even mentioned that. I think that they said perfect for Halloween or just in time for Halloween, something like that. And they also have the option that you can play multiplayer on Luigi's Mansion 1. I'm actually kind of tempted to get that game. I do have Luigi's Mansion 2, and I have played the first one on GameCube. Do I own it? I don't think I own it. No, I do not own it, so I might actually get this and play 2 players on it. We'll see how that goes. And then that was it for 3DS, and then they moved on to the Switch. Or no, they had one more. Yokai Watch Blasters, which is out now. I'm not really interested in that one, but for people that are on Yokai Watch, there you go. And then they started with Switch. Now they started with showing like a Splatoon 2 update, and I love Splatoon. I play Splatoon like sporadically. I just recently have been playing it in the last few weeks. At the end of the summer, I was getting back into the groove of it. Love Splatoon. Didn't really care for this update. I mean, it's once again, it's the same thing over and over, and they're just updating it. Cool, but we did. I don't think that this one kind of dragged a little bit out of everything else that they showed. And honestly, I was skipping through it because I was like, yeah, it's more Splatoon, that's fine. Then they showed Mega Man 11, which I did know that was coming. But another thing too is, why aren't more people freaking out that like we're getting a Mega Man 11? Like, this is big news. Capcom has all but like tried to like, I don't know, like shunned Mega Man for some reason. It feels like that anyway. And now they're making a new game in the series. That's freaking awesome. I would like for them to go back to the X series because I think that was more my cup of tea. Or even more so, Mega Man Legends. That's what I hope. But I'm hoping that this sells well and they start seeing that Mega Man is something that we should start investing into again. But that's coming out October 2nd. We're also getting an update for Mario Tennis Aces. I don't really pay attention to that. There's like Birdo that's coming. Alright. Then I thought this was really kind of cool. When they first showed it, I was like, alright, more old games that they're porting over to so that you can play it on the Switch. It's a bunch of Capcom beat-em-ups, and then it started showing the Capcom beat-em-ups, and I was like, you know what? I actually do like those beat-em-ups. Like, those are pretty fun, and you're getting like a bundle of them, I guess. And then they said, and you can play online. I'm sold right there. Being able to play these beat-em-ups online with friends is going to be so much fun. So yeah, I think I'm gonna get these now. I would love for them to have a physical copy, but I'm 99% certain that this is just. I'm 99.9% certain this is just digital, and I'm 99% certain that nobody else will pick this up like limited run games, which I, by the way, love that they're making physical. As you can see, I love physical games. And oh man, that would just be so awesome if they had this as like on a disc. That would be so cool. They're not going to do it, but it'd be cool if they did. That's probably one of the few games that I will get digitally here, right away. Anyway, then they showed New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. It's so weird that we're getting New Super Mario Bros. U. They're actually calling it New Super Mario Bros. U, and you're also getting a New Luigi U as well. Deluxe. It is the both of them. That's coming out January 11th, 2019. I think that this is a good idea. I feel that this is one of the games that they could have ported to the Switch. The only thing is that it's the same day that Mario & Luigi Bowser's Inside Story is coming out on 3DS. So I feel that it should be a different date. And honestly, a Mario game, if you would have had this releasing on December 1st or November, I think that would sell so much for Christmas. That, to me, is the game that so many parents would be buying their kids. So it's kind of weird that Nintendo didn't think of that. And they're doing it after Christmas. Nobody's going to be buying games anymore. Weird. Anyway, still happy that the game's coming out. Don't think I'm going to double dip. I have it on the Wii U. I'm fine for that one. There's a few games that I do want to double dip in, but this isn't one of them. Great game, though, if you have not played it. Get it. Then they showed Katamari Damacy Reroll, which is coming out in winter 2018. So they remade one of the Katamari Katamari Damacy. I think it's Damacy. I'm saying that way too many times. But yeah, that is coming in the winter 2018. Then they showed Nintendo Switch Online. They talked about basically everything that's going to be involved, and the weird that they said Nintendo Switch Online is coming September 18th. So you don't have to wait too long. There's nobody that's excited for Nintendo Switch Online. We currently have the main thing that we want for Nintendo Switch Online, which is being able to play online games, and it's free. I'm not one that's freaking out about this, but the way that they worded that, I was like, nobody's excited for Nintendo Switch Online. Nobody. There's a little few things here and there that are coming with this, like save data, the cloud saves. Yeah, looking forward to that. But it's going to be nice to have. Not looking forward to it. I guess the NES games that we're going to be able to play online. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that a little bit. But the main thing about Nintendo Switch Online is being able to play your games online multiplayer. And we're able to do that for free. So we're not really looking forward to, what is it, September 18th, I think, is the launch date. It's just the way that they worded it, and I was like, I have no problem paying it because it's going to be like $25 here in Canada, and Sony and Microsoft charge like $50 or $60. So it's half the price. I'm fine with this. But just the way that they worded it, I was like, yeah. And then the other thing, too, is that at the very end, and we're going to have special offers that we'll get into at another time. We've been waiting. It's launching this like in a week, and you're saying there's another thing, but we'll talk about that another time. Nintendo sometimes. I love so many things that you do. But what was that? Okay, anyway. Then they showed NES controllers. So to play these, NES games that they're going to be launching with the Nintendo Switch Online, you can also get these controllers that are wireless that you can charge on your Switch instead of the regular Joy-Cons. That's kind of cool. I was cool with that. I also hope that they do the same for Super Nintendo, that eventually after NES, like maybe in a year from now, they start having SNES games come out. That would be the dream. And then you could have SNES controllers like that, SNES Joy-Cons. That'd be cool. I have an SNES Mini. I shouldn't be complaining. I can play technically most of the games that I want to anyway on there. But it'd be just it's being able to play on the Switch on the go SNES games. That's cool. Okay, next up is Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. They showed some more stuff about that game. And it's like they were kind of showing like basics of the game. And I was like, I think most people know how to play Pokemon. Super excited for this game, though. I really am looking forward to these games. Then they showed Diablo 3 Eternal Collection, which we already kind of knew that Diablo was coming. Now we have... I don't know if we had an official release date, but now they do, November 2nd. So that's another game that's, they just kind of like, oh, 2018. Yeah, that's coming out this year. Okay. Technically, Katamari Damacy, that's coming out this year. What else was there that was kind of like, oh, it's coming out. Nothing else so far. But there is a few other ones too. But yeah, that's awesome. I already have it on PC and Xbox One. I don't know if I need it on... I would love to be able to play it on the go, like on the handheld, but I don't know if it's worth the double dip. Not at this, not full price range anyway. If it drops down, maybe. Then we have Super Mario Party coming out October 5th. Looking forward to this game. It's finally like the return to form. Instead of like Mario Party 9 and 10, you were all in a cart together, and that's how you would roll is together, and instead of just individually. That to me, and now they're going back to the individual way. So basically, Mario Party 1 to 8, we're going back to that form, and they're gonna have online mini games, but not the online actual board game, which is a little bit unfortunate because I think that's what really everybody wants. But it's one step in the right direction. I just feel go the full mile because of Nintendo Switch Online. It's coming. This would be a cool way to be like, and now you can play Mario Party for the first time, the board game, the whole thing, the whole shebang, online. That'd be like, well, I pay this price to play online, and I'm able to do something I was never able to do with my free Nintendo Online. I don't know. Then they had Town. A new game by Game Freak, of all people. I didn't expect this from them. That's coming out in 2019, where it's an RPG game, and it looks like a turn-based RPG game from the looks of it, that all takes place in just this one town. And it was all cutesy and stuff. I'm looking forward to that very much so. I actually texted Jason and Kevin from Team Beardage, who most probably people don't know because I used to, this is 2 years ago that we probably did a live stream together, but I'm always in contact with Kevin and Jason. And I was like, okay, I want RPGs and big surprises. And man, this is exactly what this direct was. Man, I was just, so much here. So definitely looking forward to Town. Cities Skyline is coming out today. I want a physical release of this game. I really don't. I don't want it just to be digital only because this looks like the kind of game that I want to play. And if I have the option, I don't know if you have the option that you can use just the touchscreen. I don't know if you do. I'd have to look into that. But if they do, I might have to get it digital only. But I'm gonna wait a bit. I'm not gonna get that right away. Then they showed Demon X Machina coming out in 2019, which is the big mech game. I still need to see more of this. I don't want to buy it first day, but I'm kind of interested. I really have to see more of it. Then they showed Yoshi's Crafted World, so finally we're getting a title for this, the new Yoshi game that I have a pre-order from 2 years ago or something like that from Amazon. So that's coming as spring 2019. And you can also, so they were showing that you can go forwards and complete the level that way, or turn around and go backwards. Okay. I am looking forward to that game though. Then they showed tabletop board games are coming to the Switch, and this is the makes so much sense. One of the games that they showed here was Carcassonne. I think it's Carcassonne. That looked like a pretty interesting game that I'm looking forward to. They showed a Lord of the Rings living card game. For a card game, it was alright. Pandemic is coming to the Switch, and they're eventually going to get Catan and another game too. I can't I don't know what I don't know what the other one was, but there was another one that was coming. Catan on the Switch online. That would be awesome. Pandemic too, and Carcassonne looked pretty interesting too. So that I'm happy that these are coming. I do like a lot of tabletop games, and Pandemic and Catan is freaking awesome. Then they showed Civilization 6 coming out on November 16th. Once again, that's another game that's kind of coming out, and it's like, oh, by the way, here you go. I think I had heard about this beforehand, though, but still. Then we have Starlink Battle for Atlas. I think it's Atlas, coming out October 16th, where you can play with the Star Fox characters as well. When they first announced this, I was kind of like, meh. But I'm getting a little bit more interested because I feel that this is the real Star Fox as opposed to Star Fox Zero. So I might get this game. Not at the beginning, though. And I don't know how I feel about building your own, like, Starfighter. We'll see about that. Then they showed The World Ends With You, the final remix, coming out October 12th. I've heard so many praises for this game, but I don't know if I'm fully sold on it yet. We'll see. And then they showed Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Torna the Golden Country, coming out September 21st, which is like DLC, or I guess the prequel to Xenoblade Chronicles 2. It looks really good. It looks like more Xenoblade. Warframe is coming out on November 20th for the Switch. Just Dance. And then they started just go like bouncing these games off. And I was like, this is so perfect because this is all you need. Just Dance 2019 coming out October 23rd. They showed like 5 seconds. I was like, that's all we needed. They showed FIFA 19 coming out September 28th. They showed 5 seconds of that. That's all you need. They showed Team Sonic Racing this winter. That looks kind of cool. They only gave 5 seconds for that. I want to see a little more there. They showed NBA 2K19, NBA 2K Playgrounds 2, Lego DC Supervillains. All these games that are coming, and they're just like boom, 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 5 seconds each. I was like, all these sports games, yeah, they're awesome, and I'm glad that we're getting them on the Switch because that's what the Switch needs. It needs much more of these games for the general casual audience. And these sell well. FIFA does crazy well. Not my kind of game, but, you know, and honestly, I think anybody that wants FIFA, you don't need to see more than 5 seconds of FIFA. You're going to buy it anyway. So good job showing only 5 seconds for all these games. Although I would have been okay with seeing Sonic Team Racing. Then they showed Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered Edition, which we knew was coming, I guess. But I didn't know that they were going to have online multiplayer for this game. That's awesome! I actually have Crystal Chronicles, but to play online with this, you have to have, like, all these Game Boy Advances and the thing that links it up. So, yeah, online this? That's going to be awesome. I'm so excited for that. I don't know where to put this. Let's put it there for now. Very excited for that. Then they showed Final Fantasy Pocket Edition HD, which is out today. So you can play Final Fantasy 15, Pocket Edition. That's cool. I wish that they would have had a physical release for that. And I hope that they have Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles in 2019. I hope that's going to be physical. Make it physical, Nintendo. Do it. They showed World of Final Fantasy Maxima coming out November 6th. I hope that there's also a physical for that. I mean, I already have it on PS4, so I won't be double dipping. But that's cool that, like, Square, this time around, they're like, we're back. I feel that this is the most amount of support that Square Enix has given Nintendo since, like, the Super Nintendo era. I feel that we are finally getting back to that relationship. Which means there's a chance for Super Mario RPG 2. Might take 5 years from now, but there's hope. There is hope now. So they showed that World Final Fantasy, and then they also showed Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon, Every Body, which come out in the winter, which was a game on the Wii. They're just like they were like, okay, what's the what in the last 5-10 years, what can we put on the Switch let's do all the big things and like little things that we had on the Wii. Okay. And then they showed Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age, also coming to the Switch in 2019. So we're getting Final Fantasy XII. It feels like this is the Switch is turning into Sony's PS4 or PlayStation 3 or Vita. Like Sony gets everything, and now so does the Switch. And then Final Fantasy 7, 9, and 10 and 10-2 in 2019 are coming to the Switch as well. Those are going to be digital only. I mean, I would love for those to be physical. More so Final Fantasy 7 and 9. 10 and 10-2 I already have on PS3. The limited edition that they had on there, and if I really wanted, I could get it on PS4. But 7 and 9, ugh. I just recently bought... So I have Final Fantasy 9 on PS1. I have it on my PS3 and Vita. I recently bought the upgraded version for PS4, which looks fantastic. And I've played about 5-10 hours into that already. And I'm honestly kind of tempted to buy it on the Switch so I could play it on the handheld. I love Final Fantasy 9. And Final Fantasy 7 wouldn't be... I would be tempted to do that one too. But I have it on PS4 already too, with the upgraded version. So much from Square Enix. Thank you very much. Like, that's awesome. I'm so happy to do that. They showed that there's going to be a Super Smash Bros. Switch console itself, like the hardware. It was alright. I kind of like the actual controller just had the lines, and I was like, well, that's all you're adding there. I mean, the actual Switch actually had some more stuff on it, but it wasn't the nicest thing that I'd ever seen. And then they kind of teased Animal Crossing, and then it was just like to show that one of the characters would go into Super Smash Brothers, and then they showed Nook, Tom Nook, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna have to work. Oh, it's good to see that you're doing different things, and but I gotta get back to work because everybody's gonna need like a place to come camping after all they've been beating up everybody and smashing everything. And it's like Animal Crossing 2019. Good job, Nintendo. Animal Crossing I will pick up, but it's not my favorite kind of game. But that's gonna do so well. We have a Pokemon game coming out this year. We have an Animal Crossing next year. This is going to do so many things for the Switch. We're going to have a new Super Mario Bros. U technically is coming. Super Smash Brothers is coming out at the end of the year. All these big series are coming. We have all this support from Square Enix. We have Diablo 3. We're getting mature rated games here coming for the Switch. We're getting sports games again. FIFA and NBA, while they're not my kind of games, they're coming back to the Switch and to Nintendo for the Switch. This is awesome. Just so much good news coming from this. I'm so happy for Nintendo. And I'm hating my wallet, or my wallet's hating me. And now I'm like, I gotta beat like 10 games today to be ready for all these games coming out. Oh, this is crazy. I'm very happy. So let me know in the comments below what you're most excited for. I'm just gonna quickly go over that. So I'm most excited for the Capcom beat 'em ups. Honestly, I'm looking forward to that. The NES controllers, the Pokemon games, Super Mario Party, Town for sure, City Skyline. I really want that. The tabletop games. I'm now interested in Starlink. I'm not really excited for it, but I am interested in it. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. That's probably honestly the one I'm most excited for. Final Fantasy 9 on Switch. Yeah, and that's it. And Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but I'd seen that before. But still, out of everything that they've announced, those are the ones that I'm most looking forward to. And yeah, this is going to be crazy. So thank you all for watching. You've been bearded in. Beardage.